electrostatic precipitator, ESP, is a filtration device that removes fine particles, like dust and smoke, from a flowing gas using the force of an induced electrostatic charge minimally impeding the flow of gases through the unit. In contrast to wet scrubbers which apply energy directly to the flowing fluid medium, an ESP applies energy only to the particulate matter being collected and therefore is very efficient in its consumption of energy, in the form of electricity. Invention of the electrostatic precipitator. The first use of corona discharge to remove particles from an aerosol was by Hohlfeld in 1824. However, it was not commercialized until almost a century later. In 1907, Frederick Gardner Cottrell, a professor of chemistry at the University of California, Berkeley, applied for a patent on the device for charging particles and then collecting them through electrostatic attraction, the first electrostatic precipitator. Cottrell first applied the device to the collection of sulphuric acid mist and lead oxide fumes emitted from various acid-making and smelting activities. Wine-producing vineyards in Northern California were being adversely affected by the lead emissions. At the time of Cottrell's invention, the theoretical basis for operation was not understood. The operational theory was developed later in Germany, with the work of Walter Deutsch and the formation of the Lurgy Company. Cottrell used proceeds from his invention to fund scientific research through the creation of a foundation called Research Corporation in 1912, to which he assigned the patents. The intent of the organization was to bring inventions made by educators, such as Cottrell, into the commercial world for the benefit of society at large. The operation of Research Corporation is funded by royalties paid by commercial firms after commercialization occurs. Research Corporation has provided vital funding to many scientific projects, Goddard's rocketry experiments, Lawrence's cyclotron, production methods for vitamins A and B1, among many others. By a decision of the U.S. Supreme Court, the corporation had to be split into several entities. The Research Corporation was separated from two commercial firms making the hardware, Research Cottrell Incorporated, operating east of the Mississippi River, and Western Precipitation, operating in the western states. The Research Corporation continues to be active to this day, and the two companies formed to commercialize the invention for industrial and utility applications are still in business as well. Electrophoresis is the term used for migration of gas-suspended charged particles in a direct current electrostatic field. Traditional CRT television sets tend to accumulate dust on the screen because of this phenomenon. A CRT is a direct current machine operating at about 35 kV. Plate precipitator. The most basic precipitator contains a row of thin vertical wires, and followed by a stack of large flat metal plates oriented vertically, with the plates typically spaced about 1 cm to 18 cm apart, depending on the application. The air or gas stream flows horizontally through the spaces between the wires, and then passes through the stack of plates. A negative voltage of several thousand volts is applied between wire and plate. If the applied voltage is high enough, an electric corona discharge ionizes the gas around the electrodes. Negative ions flow to the plates and charge the gas flow particles. The ionized particles, following the negative electric field created by the power supply, move to the grounded plates. Particles build up on the collection plates and form a layer. The layer does not collapse, thanks to electrostatic pressure, due to layer resistivity, electric field, and current flowing in the collected layer. A two-stage design, separate charging section ahead of collecting section, has the benefit of minimizing ozone production, which would adversely affect health of personnel working in enclosed spaces. For shipboard engine rooms where gearboxes generate an oil mist, two-stage ESPs are used to clean the air, improving the operating environment and preventing buildup of flammable oil fog accumulations. Collected oil is returned to the gear lubricating system. Collection efficiency, R. Precipitator performance is very sensitive to two particulate properties, 1. Electrical resistivity, and 2. Particle size distribution. These properties can be measured economically and accurately in the laboratory, using standard tests. Resistivity can be determined as a function of temperature in accordance with IEEE Standard 548. This test is conducted in an air environment containing a specified moisture concentration. The test is run as a function of ascending or descending temperature, or both. Data is acquired using an average ash layer. Further explanation needed. Electric field of 4 kV/cm. Since relatively low applied voltage is used and no sulphuric acid vapor is present in the test environment, the values obtained indicate the maximum ash resistivity. In an ESP, where particle charging and discharging are key functions, resistivity is an important factor that significantly affects collection efficiency. While resistivity is an important phenomenon in the inter-electrode region where most particle charging takes place, it has a particularly important effect on the dust layer at the collection electrode where discharging occurs. Particles that exhibit high resistivity are difficult to charge. But once charged, they do not readily give up their acquired charge on arrival at the collection electrode. On the other hand, particles with low resistivity easily become charged and readily release their charge to the grounded collection plate. Both extremes in resistivity impede the efficient functioning of ESPs. ESPs work best under normal resistivity conditions.